Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planethead. I'm working on day 60-ish of my 100-day run as a alpha pilot. Ultimate goal is to play as much as possible during this time, learn as much as possible before I go Omega after 100 days. Um, if you watch the recent videos, I spent probably the first 50 days ish out in NPC space, um, just learning a bunch of different things, and just recently have moved out into wormhole space with just my little exploring Marian um, magnate here. Uh, Kind of afraid I'll lose it because the skin that I have on it, I think, is just a 7-day skinner. So, not too worried though. If you watch the last video, it is just a basic fit with some sister corp scanners, probes, sorry, and some regular fits if you want to check out that fit. Nothing special. I'm sure I could do it a little bit better, not too worried about it. The most important thing that I brought out here with me is in my cargo hold. Um, Now, I've done a little bit of scanning. I just did a data site earlier today, was it? And got a few items. But in here, I've got my mobile depot, which I can then switch out a relic analyzer and scan rangefinder versus my data site, my data analyzer, and my cargo scanner here. What I thought I'd do is just kind of show what I've been doing over the last 2 days. If anything pops up or I die, you'll see it happen real time. Long story short, I'm in my save spot out here. I found a nice little wormhole. I was moving around from wormhole to wormhole. This is just a basic everyday wormhole. And one thing that I can't stress enough if you are a new player, get yourself out there. Try things that are new. If there's one thing to make this not just a pointy and clicky game, it is learn how to use a directional scanner. I am not an amateur at it. I would say I'm mediocre at it. I know the basics, a little bit above that, but it really makes it more of a real-time game and a lot more fun in my mind. When I used to play long, long time ago, I was a minor, didn't really need to learn the directional scanner so much. I don't think I really understood it. But if you really want to get to the game, I cannot stress enough, this is so much more fun. Give you an idea. Let's say I did not have my directional scanner up. Now, and my corp thing up here, I have no idea. It's just me and my corp. Um, Anything here? A bunch of junk things. Good. Sorry, got distracted. Um, got my drone thing up here. If you are in wormhole space doing any type of exploration, I would really suggest putting up number one, your saved locations box here. Um, I have one save location out here. It is a safe spot. Um, and long story short, let's say somebody were to come in and try to tackle me and attack me. This is going to sound really dumb, but it is so much faster to just click and go. And there would be a warp button here if I wasn't so close to my save spot. Um, if I wanted to get away from it, I'd have to click, scroll down, location, scroll down, and then warp there. Anywhere along there, I could be, oh, there. So I might mess up, give them that extra second or two that they need to tackle me versus just right click, boom. I've said this before, but I can't say it enough. Just so useful. Um, and I think it's useful for a lot of other things too. Um, the local part here, not so much as useful. I still have it up right here in the middle uh, because I'm in wormhole space. Wormhole space is not going to show you anybody in local unless they talk. So, why is directional scanning so important? Well, I can't see if anybody else is here unless they're right on grid with me. So, with the directional scanning, we'll go on down here and pull it back up. I can randomly scan anywhere within range of me. We'll pull up the probes. So just to show you here, anywhere in this bubble, if somebody is not cloaked up, I would be able to see them here. The other thing being, if they were cloaked up but they were scanning, I'd be able to see their scan probes. So really important. I actually booted up about an hour ago, saw somebody that was in my wormhole scanning it down. So why am I going to fight them to try to get those scans? So I went out and did some yard work, came back in, and now it looks like they're gone. Kind of a cool thing here. I've never used them before, but Eve Scout Rescue Cache. I guess this is a group that will help you if you get stuck out here. Last video I brought up, you definitely want to have 2 sets of core scanner probes in your ship, just to back up, but if you ever lose those by accident, there is a way that you can contact these guys. Also, within this bubble here, if you notice, there is a Athanor that I can actually warp to and see who's living in this wormhole. Now, I have not, in the last 2 days, while I've been hanging out in this particular wormhole, noticed anybody flying around. But let's just go take a look. So I'm just going to warp to this at 100 out. I always like to warp 100 out just to see. We're going to go check out. And this is what I kind of do to see who's living in the area, that sort of thing. There's so many different things that you can do, like little intelligence runs. This could be an Athanor that people are using. It could be an Athanor that somebody dropped here and then quit playing the game. If you notice here, if I remember correctly, it says it's vulnerable. That means that I am not up on the new station stuff, but if I remember correctly, I think you have to have like a core in it. And if you don't have the core, then it allows it to be blown up. So there is a good chance that this is a Athanor that might have been just left behind by players who are no longer playing. I don't know. I have not seen anybody out here. But we'll go ahead and do a show info. And just to be a little safe, I'm going to warp back to my save location, warp 0. There we go. Never like sitting around unless you've got a cloak. As a alpha player, I don't have a cloak. I will definitely be training that up when I go Omega, just right off the bat. But one of the reasons why I love playing, have loved so far this last 60 days of playing as an alpha, is I'm not reliant on the cloak. It forced me to learn a lot of other tactics and things to get around without. I remember when I used to play, I went straight in Omega. This was, again, years and years ago. And I relied on the cloak too much. It forced me not to learn other ways to get around. Combining those two is going to make me a much better player. So we got this guy here. You can see I'm in this system here. I'm not saying this is going to be my home, but it's a nice little waypoint. I may move out tomorrow. I may not. But notice, so I can look and see what the corporation is here. Now, this is a corporation, only has 3 members. Its headquarters is at Air Laboratory, so I think that is the opening, one of the opening stations that somebody would have to be at. I don't know if that has why they've been switched over, if it has anything to do with the new player experience. Oh, always V is your hotkey. I always will randomly, you'll see this over here, just hit my directional scanner just to make sure I don't see any combat probes out there. Could I get caught? Yes. But just a little bit of a boop every once in a while and you're safe. I have not found it, but there was a video I watched literally 6-7 years ago when I used to play. I remember a guy was showing a tactic to use combat probes in wormholes to make them less detectable. He would scan and then move his probes away, and then scan and then move his probes away. So it was a lot harder, even if somebody was using directional scanning, to actually see them. But it is still easy to see them if you can. So let's see here. This group here that had this Athanor could have been somebody who was trying out wormholes and just left it behind and just became too much of a pain. Could have outside the world stuff. There's only 3 members, so I'm not too worried that they're going to come and bother me. The Black Pink, that's the name of them. And any alliances? Never a part of an alliance. It looks like they were just founded. Uh, looks like 3.5 months ago. So, still, no idea. I'm not too worried about them. Other things to look at. So, part of the hit that. One thing that I like to focus on is size of systems. Can I be in an area that is not direct and know the system that I'm in? Now, this was a lot more important with nullsec and ratting in this asteroid belts. If you watched me in the past, knowing where the gates were. With wormholes, they can pop up on any celestial space. I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, they have to be near a celestial thing like a planet. Notice here these cosmic anomalies. All of these are near a certain planet. You're not going to have one that's just randomly out here, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but if you think about it, looking here, there's one planet all the way out here, 21 AU away. So, and then you have all these inner planets over here. If you keep scrolling and scrolling, all these inner planets. So there's a much greater chance that a cosmic anomaly will pop up here, including a wormhole. So if I were to do this, if I were to drop a station or something, I'd probably want to drop it out here. There's much less of a chance of a wormhole. Not saying it won't, but much less of a chance. So, because you don't want that visual for people to see right off the bat if they're just flying through. You want to catch somebody's eye. Now, if there's people that are looking for you, they're going to find you. So, just some thoughts. I am by nowhere, I am a beginner wormhole liver. How do you do it? You just go out and do it, in my mind. I'm doing this for the next week or so, and then as I come across things, I may research it. Um, but so let's just get here and have some fun. We're gonna go ahead and scan down. Hello. There you go, Mr. Probes. I've got some sister core probes here. Um, Now, one other thing that I'm doing, which is saving me a lot of time, I've done this in the past, but I made a notepad over here in game. That way, if I do bring it up on another system, I don't have to switch around in and out. You can use your own notepads and anything you want to. There are third-party pieces of software that are out there that help you with this sort of thing. I just go in game. I don't have the time to mess around. So if you notice here, I have 4 anomalies. Now, earlier today when I was playing and I scanned down that data site and got that loot, I scanned down all the anomalies here and I wrote them down and what they were. So the ones that were here earlier, there was an XFZ, and I have here just a little notation, a WU. I don't know if you can see that. So that tells me that this site, the XFZ, is a wormhole to an unknown, another wormhole, W, unknown. The next one here, KGG, is a wormhole to nullsec. Could I put in the size of the wormholes and that sort of thing? Yes, but I'm only flying a little magnet so I can get through any wormholes. So I'm not worried about that. So I know right off the bat I don't need to scan these 2 down. QDS, right there, QDS is a gas site. Don't need to scan that down. So the only one here is this NMG. That's the one right there is the one that I have to scan now. And I can get rid of boop, 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 boop. Sorry. That one there, and I know that I'm going to scan down this NMJ, and let's go ahead and do it, see what's there. I literally just saved myself 75% of the time by just writing a little notation. Let's pop it up to 8. Again, only alpha level scanning skills. There's my sister's core scanners that are out there. I can see them. Good. I'm interested once I do go Omega. They did change the cloaking from the last time I played. From what I understand, there's a time limit to the amount of time you can be cloaked. So anybody has any ideas on that, just let me know. It will be about a month. I am planning on playing a bunch this next month, part time on my work days, full time when I'm not working. And then at the end of March, I'm going on a little vacation for a week. I'm going to take my laptop with me, but I am going to Texas to visit some family and some friends. Maybe I shouldn't have. That probably I should have just left it at 4 and focused on that. I'm talking too much. Um, yep, I should have left it up at 4. Talking too much, not scanning as well as I should be. Um, so after I get back from that vacation, I kind of plan it'll be probably April, first week of April. I'm going to switch over to Omega and really just start having a lot of fun and use all the things that I've learned over this last month or 3 months to really get back into the game. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm still having a ton of fun here. I did get a little bit tired and staying just because the limitations got there, I think. Um, and I was still having fun on certain days, but I really wanted to try something new. I am sure I will go back. I am doing horribly at scanning right now. Let's try that one. I hate these. I literally hate it whenever these pop up. I'm usually better at getting them. I'm talking too much. Um, Probably if I had put. Oh, it's another wormhole. So let's go find out where it goes to. See, this is another part too I kind of like. Um, I did notice yesterday scanning through here, it popped up with one or two low-sec wormholes. Um, Neither one of them are obviously static because uh, they didn't. Whenever a static wormhole, from what I understand, goes away, it creates another one to that same type. They did have a null sec one here yesterday. I don't think any of those are static, um, but I think the one wormhole to another wormhole system is static. But just in this one wormhole, I think it's a lower level wormhole. But we're going to warp to 100 here and see what we got, and we'll pull in our buddies there. We don't need you anymore. Um, I always warp 100 off just for the chance that somebody's sitting on the wormhole cloaked up and just take a quick look at it and then bounce away. Got that. So as soon as we come up on it, show info, and then warp back to our safe spot. Because if we're interested in it, so we got dangerous unknown parts of space. So this goes to a higher level wormhole. But as an example, yesterday I scanned down 3 data sites while I was here, and then later on the day I popped in, and a relic site popped up, and I got some more. Total was, I think, 45 million ISK for about an hour's worth of work, maybe a little bit more than that, uh, between the two jump-ins. And there was a high sec wormhole. I just jumped out, dropped the stuff into a uh, uh, NPC station, and then went right back into the wormhole. So at some point, I can just drop out into high sec, maybe for a week, have some fun, pick up the stuff, sell it, or make stuff, and it'll be kind of like a scavenger hunt at that point. So, the last thing I'm probably going to do, once I don't know if this is going to be my final system here. Now that I've said it, probably not. But I have liked it. It's a good training system. There's some other things that I can look up here, like if I wanted to get into planetary interaction. Boy, I didn't even look at this. Look at that there. Anybody wants to use this system, you got barren planet, a plasma planet, which is huge, a lava planet. So I'm going to read this off to you. J151242. Any planetary interaction people, if you want to find this system, not too bad, not too shabby. Got a barren, and gas. So a lot of planets here, a bunch of gas and an ice. Really great wormhole system, I think. It's been a long time since I did planetary interaction, but I know the plasmas were always the toughest to find. So, but what I would do in the future if I really wanted to make this my home, but not put a station down right away, I would boot up my second account. And once I found a high-sec wormhole, what I would do is actually bring that guy into the wormhole as well. That way, I've always got a secondary character inside the wormhole that has scan probes, so that if I were to die with this guy, I can always get back to that wormhole. And it wouldn't cost me anything. It basically cost me a day and a half worth of skilling, um, and be no issue whatsoever. So, um, not sure how long this is going. I've been talking for quite a while. That's about 20 minutes. Um, Not a whole lot going on here. Like I said earlier, I warped in, booted up, and somebody was in the system. I will try to make a more interesting video coming up. This was more me talking and blah, blah, blahing. But if you guys have any questions, ideas, thoughts, want to join me, want me to join you, I am kind of open over the next month and going to have a lot of fun. I am limited on my work days to what I'm doing kind of like right now whenever I can play, but on Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, I'm usually available. If you got a Discord channel or a chat you want to bring me into, I've joined a couple um, chats, just informative that people are helping other people, and be happy to join in and put in my 2 words, and have some fun. Alrighty, you guys have a great day. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however the heck you want, and wish you the best. Anybody who's out there having a tough time, play some Eve. It makes you feel better. Alrighty, have a good one. Bye bye.